I've struggled my whole life trying to not only lose weight, but keep the weight off when I did lose it. For a long portion of my life, I had PCOS and I did not know it. So we've kind of discovered all of that through this process. And that ended up causing insulin resistance, which just caused me to constantly crave food and sugar and carbs and all of that. So my doctor talked me into trying a GLP-1. I was on the verge of getting weight loss surgery, and he convinced me to go this route. And I started, like I said, December 15th. For me, it was instant. The next day I woke up and it felt like I had someone else's brain in my head. It was pretty crazy. No longer craved food, wasn't thinking about food, no craving for sugar, all of that pretty quickly. So that in and of itself was amazing, but just the journey as a whole. I mean, it's the first time in my life I've ever been able to stay in a healthy deficit for months and months and months and have it be relatively easy. I don't want to say it's easy, but the point is it's easier than it's ever been, prior to these medications. So, so the side effects I experienced initially on the lowest dose, there weren't many, maybe a little bit of fatigue, slight queasiness from time to time. Once I went up to the next dose to 5, then I was having some queasiness and bloating. I will say also on the lowest dose from the beginning, constipation was a big side effect as well. But the more of the nausea and bloating came when I went up to the second dose. Once in a while, I'd get a headache. But that usually went away pretty quickly. I kind of have learned how to manage the side effects with different tools and products and things like that. But for me, they have not been that bad. The biggest thing Biocare helped with initially, I was having a lot of bloating. And you all sent me a sample and I tried it and the bloating was gone. And I was like, what is this? So then I ended up ordering some and got in the habit of taking it on shot day and the day after, and pretty much have not had bloating since then. And even on days where I feel like a little bit queasy or a little bit off, I'll have a Biocare, I feel better. So it's been nice to kind of see it in action, like work immediately. I don't necessarily take it every day, but I take it at least twice a week and then kind of as needed. And it's made a huge impact just on those side effects in general, and even the constipation. I do use a combination of things for that, all natural, but Biocare has definitely helped with that as well. Yeah, I mean, I'd say so. I'm not on the days I take it, I don't take extra supplements. I like to not have to take a bunch of, pill supplements. Definitely have more energy, I feel, when I take it. Normally, I can get pretty fatigued. So if I take it like the day after shot day, I feel it helps with my fatigue. And then just digestion in general as well. So in terms of recipes, I'm pretty basic. I love coffee, so anything I can mix in with my coffee, I'm on board with. So I tend to do the chocolate with cold brew coffee, and then I also have some mushroom coffee that I'll add in as well. So I'm getting all my vitamins, and then I get some mushrooms in there, and then I get my caffeine. But I really like it with the cold brew. The fruit I've done with adding in my electrolytes. I try to always add extra things in to my drink just to get more bang for your buck, so to speak. But beyond that, I have not gone crazy with recipes like some people have, which I think is awesome. I just haven't, I kind of stick with what I like, and I love it with coffee. So. Well, I've lost weight. I feel better. Pretty sure I was going through some mild depression before the shot, and it's gone. It's stayed gone. It hasn't come back. So I know a lot of that was just likely being dictated by my system and, you know, having a metabolic disorder, the foods I was eating, things like that. Um, One of the biggest reasons I've been trying to lose weight outside of health is to get my knees replaced because I've had arthritis since I was pretty much a teenager. But I was approved for knee replacements about in my late 40s, and I'm almost 55 now. So, due to various reasons, including COVID, it just never happened. And I just literally just today scheduled my first replacement in November of this year, and then I'll be doing the second one in February. So that's huge because within a year I'll have lost all the weight and have had both my knees replaced. So it's going to be a new lease on life, so to speak. Do your research. Definitely do your research. Um, don't be afraid of the side effects, but be aware of what they are. The thing for me was, and this is what my doctor helped me realize too, was that the benefit, like the side effects I would end up getting from diabetes and all these other conditions that I likely would have ended up with are just going to be way worse than the side effects you might get on these medications, especially since most of them are manageable. There are some people that react poorly to these meds and have a hard time, but beyond that, I think it's worth taking the chance if you've done your research to see, what benefits you can get from the meds, especially if you're potentially pre-diabetic, on the verge of becoming type 2 diabetic. So my whole family was type 2 by my age. So I am trying to prevent that. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think, I try to focus on anything I can take to help that's natural. Obviously, Biocare is one of those things. I have kind of an arsenal. Sometimes I need more, for, say, constipation or something. I still try to use something natural. But I would say most of the side effects are manageable, and Biocare in and of itself helps manage like three, four, five of those just by itself. And then if you can add a few other things, potentially, um, you know, they're pretty manageable, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yes, I highly recommend it. And most of the people that are in the community, I'm on TikTok and all of that, and we talk every day. They also use Biocare. They love it. They talk great about it anytime it comes up. So the proof is in the people's experience with it and what I see that it does, not only for me, but for everyone else I talk to. So.